Aberdeen has been infested with a pesky problem. The debate team enters a new school year following strong results over the summer. Suicide awareness, how a group is telling people life is worth living. And middle school sports see changes. Hi, I'm Jabez Darrow, and I'm your anchor this year for Eagle Zone. We're trying something new this season. I'll invite a new guest co-anchor each week, so if you get a call from me, make sure to answer. It might be your invitation to join the show. For this week, I thought I'd invite a face from the past and ask your boy, Jason Lopez Martinez. Jason, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Jabez. It's a pleasure being on your show today.
We start this week with mosquitoes. They've been bad as the school year starts, but the city is fighting back.
Mosquito control has been spraying by ground and hired someone to spray by air. Eagle Zone's Joe Volsky talked with the city.
With school year starting, fall sports and activities have more people practicing, playing, and watching outside. They're sharing the space with plenty of pests this year. Standing water after rain in August helped mosquitoes multiply quickly.
We got decent rain, 10 to 14 days later, you always see a hatch of mosquitoes. So that's what's brought on this kind of a later burst of mosquitoes.
Park Superintendent Tyler Bierman heads mosquito control, which has been busy fighting back, spraying citywide a handful of times since the start of the school year, one of those by air. The city has traps to gauge how many of and what kind of mosquitoes are in the community. That surveillance program has identified West Nile virus in Aberdeen, as well as a high number of Culex mosquitoes, a kind that can carry the virus.
Put DEET on, wear your insect repellent, wear long sleeves whenever you can, and then avoid those times when they're really active, which would be right at dusk and dawn, early in the morning, late at night.
Mosquito control is down workers as some summer help has gone back to school, but it is still spraying.
We usually lose our help about Fair Week when our kids start going back to school. We've got a couple people who are in the area. They help us out. We pull some of our full-time staff to do our night sprays, and yep, we've been able to spray.
Reporting for Eagle Zone, I'm Joe Volsky.
Thanks, Joe. You can find updates and learn when the city will spray by following the mosquito control's accounts and by following its website. Just Google Aberdeen Mosquito Control and you'll find it.
The school year has started, but Aberdeen is still looking for teachers. The high school is down a science teacher and a Spanish teacher. ATEC is still trying to find a welding teacher as the position reopened right as the school year started. You can find more information about those positions and others by visiting the Employment tab of the school district website. Some current teachers are covering extra classes to make up for the shortage.
The museum in Aberdeen is reassuring the public that its exhibits are safe. The Dakota Prairie Museum released a statement saying that it's been fielding questions about the safety of its wildlife exhibits. Those questions came after a taxidermy exhibit in Sioux Falls tested too high for arsenic. According to the release, the Dakota Prairie Museum works with experts to make sure its animal exhibits is safe. It's taken different steps, which include putting the animals' mounts behind tall glass barriers where no one can touch them. They also restrict airflow from behind and over the mounts. Animals have been tested for the past for arsenic levels and were found to be well within acceptable limits.
The debate team starts the school year with an impressive streak to maintain. And we're not just talking about its dominant strings of state titles. Aberdeen has almost become an expected name at the National Speech and Debate Tournament when it comes to National Student of the Year consideration. Eagle Zone's Zoe Stuckey joins us with that story. Zoe?
That's right. At the National Speech and Debate Tournament, students compete in different categories, and they also learn who wins National Debate Student of the Year. Aberdeen has had 4 finalists since the start of this award.
So the National Speech and Debate Association about 10 years ago sponsored a new award called the National Student of the Year. And what it does is it recognizes students who are good at speech and debate, but use those skills within their home community to do good and to develop service projects with it.
Abia George placed 2nd overall. The award goes to a debate student who finds a way to help their community.
It was really cool because it showed that what I did back in high school really did matter.
I think the award really gives credence to the idea that in speech and debate we talk about empowering students to share their story to make change. And when you can take those skills in speech and debate and actually apply them to real life issues and be recognized for that, I think that's really powerful and important.
Other finalists from Aberdeen are Jordan Phillips, Mariah William, and Emily Meyer. They've all given back to the community that supports them.
I think the support from our school community and like my coaches and the people I do speech and debate with was just incredibly cool to watch. Even people who don't compete with me from Central, but just in South Dakota, everyone was super supportive and was cheering me on, so that was really awesome to see.
The streak could continue, but we'll have to wait until this spring to find out. Senior Brianna Woolman has been working towards getting nominated for this year through her contributions to Rachel's Challenge and other service projects around the community.
Thanks, Zoe, and congratulations to Abia. That's just one strong accomplishment from an Aberdeen student over the summer. On the sports side, Aberdeen graduate Aiden Hyman took first place at the state meet in the 300 hurdles. That was his second year in a row winning that event, and the girls' golf team came really close to a state title, finishing in second place just behind Mitchell.
Mental health continues to earn a lot of attention across the country, and a group here in Aberdeen wants people to know that it's okay to need some help. Eagles' own Courtney Thorstensen joins us with that story. Courtney?
The American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, or AFSP, is having a walk for all people to join. Their message matches ones on posters like this: "Life is worth living."
It's a topic people don't like to talk about. It's kind of a touchy subject, but we like to bring light to it. The thing I think of a lot too is kind of finding your why. So actually I'm open today about it to tell people that I actually lost my father to suicide when I was a young kid. And right away it's something you don't really understand, or maybe it just doesn't make sense. But now that I've gotten older and understood the importance of promoting people getting help, finding resources, building up a foundation of people around them that are there for them.
Chance Torrance has his drive, and so does Jessica Schneider.
I am on the walk committee because I actually went to a walk in 2019. We had lost my brother to suicide, a mental health crisis, and I just needed to do something. I need to talk about it. I need to be around people that understand it. So I honor my brother through the volunteer work that I do, among quite a few other friends and colleagues that we've also lost to mental health crisis.
From setup to teardown or simply participating in the walk, there are many ways to bring support to mental health. AFSP also has training and other resources available throughout the year.
But I think just in general, being impactful in our community is just having conversations, whether it's through AFSP, your friends, whatever that group is, but getting involved locally means first kind of owning your mental health, owning the awareness level that you want to take and any positioning that you have. And then if they're looking for actual volunteer experiences, AFSP has a lot of great ways to get involved too.
Schneider and Torrance stress that no one is alone on mental health journeys and to reach out for support if needed.
Besides the fellowship component of the walk, there is also a big fundraising component, and people can choose to do that or not. If they do, that's the funds that helps us bring all these resources back to the community for free and to make sure that people get trained using safe, scientific, and proven research and programs that AFSP offers.
And just helping people to understand too that it's never a bad thing to ask for help. It's never a bad thing to admit that you're in a dark place and need help, because that's what we aim to do, is just to bring light to all that and to let people know that we can help you, or we can find someone who can help you, and that yeah, life is worth living, and it's a beautiful thing to be able to come back from that and say that you have found peace and been able to get the help that you need. So
the walk is September 9th at 10 a.m. at the Odie Ice Arena. Registration and other activities start at 9 a.m. For more information, visit supporting.afsp.org.
Thanks, Courtney. An emergency hotline to call if you have a mental health emergency is 988. You can also find more information at 988lifeline.org. We'll be right back after these messages created by media production students.
I need to be thin. I need to lose weight. I need to work out. These are the things I would tell myself. You're too big. Don't eat that burger. Get the salad. There were times where I wouldn't eat for 30 hours. When I did eat, I would made it all come back up. I had to be perfect. I just wanted to look like the models from the magazines. Perfect skin, perfect hair, perfect body. Just perfect. Counting every single calorie I had just to make sure it was under 1,500. If it was even over 1, I wouldn't eat for the next 24 hours. I just want to be perfect.
Welcome back. We have changes coming to middle school sports, and of course, high school athletes are competing with the new school year. Eagle Zone's Braden Lynn joins us with sports. Braden?
Thanks, Jabez. As always, it's a busy sports season in the fall. We'll get right to some highlights and results for you. Starting with football, the Golden Eagles are looking for their first win after facing a couple tough teams early this year. This comes from a game against Pierre. Quarterback Parker Lamar finds receiver Cooper Eisenweiss for a first down and more. And on the same drive, senior Avery Ligon finds an opening and moves the chains again. He stopped just short of the goal line. You can catch the Eagles at home again this Saturday when they host Surges. Ahead to soccer, the boys host Brandon Valley. The Golden Eagles are up by 1, and Tyler Bain adds to that lead with this goal. Aberdeen goes on to win that game, the boys' soccer team second win of this season. On the girls' side, the Eagles are trying to earn another trip to the title game. They hosted Brandon and looked pretty strong. Here, Lauren Justin adds to the Eagles' lead with this goal. Moving ahead in the match, we have another senior adding to the Aberdeen lead. This time, it's Destrani Peters. Aberdeen wins this one. As we record this, they've only dropped one match this year. The volleyball team is off to a strong start. We had a slight video glitch during this last match, so we'll be watching some of the video of the team warming up as we talk about them. The girls have only lost one game so far this year, and that was a narrow loss in 5 sets. We'll be home Friday and Saturday this week if you want to watch them. Cheer and dance compete at the Hub City Invitational. First, the dance team competes with its palm routine. That is one of 2 performances during the event. Next is the hip hop routine. The dance team finished this invite in 6th place, just barely behind Pierre and Sioux Falls Jefferson. Moving over to the cheer side, Aberdeen took 13th at Hub City Invitational. The team will be traveling to an away events the rest of this month. We'll have a full story about the cheer and dance on a future show. Moving to middle school sports, there are some changes at this level this year. Eagle Zone's Evan Howard joins us with details. Evan?
The changes to middle school sports are designed to tackle different problems ranging from travel time to worker shortages. Athletic Director Don Seiler also wants to improve the experience for middle school athletes.
The ESD met last spring and we discussed doing something different with our middle school programs. I was very much in favor of that because I think it's going to provide for a better middle school athlete experience.
One of the changes is how they handle middle school games with schools that are far away.
We do have some road trips just to individual schools, but some of the schools that are a little further in distance, we're going to have jamborees so that we get a chance to see all of the ESD schools. So it'll allow us to get several games in one trip, which will eliminate some of the travel.
The new schedule will include 4 seasons designed to match the school terms.
It's not day for day, but in term 1, the girls will have volleyball and the boys will have football. In term 2, we'll have girls basketball, wrestling will begin. In term 3, we'll have boys basketball, and they'll still be going with wrestling, so there's really no change with wrestling. And then in term 4, we'll have track. Like I said, it's not day for day, but it does allow us to coordinate our schedules a little bit better with all of the ESD schools.
These changes also help with worker shortages.
First of all, it allows us to share some coaches, and I'm going to use girls and boys basketball. So girls basketball is in term 2. That allows us to have girls basketball coaches, and if we can't find boys basketball coaches, we can share some of those coaches across from girls to boys, and vice versa. So it allows some flexibility with our coaches, and it's not just basketball, it's also in the other sports.
It's the same with referees, and this schedule can make it easier to share gymnasium space. Seiler knows that some adjustments will have to be made along with this change.
Anytime you go through something for the first time, you're going to find things that you need to tweak a little bit. And I fully expect that this is the case. We'll have to tweak 1 or 2 things.
Seiler is hoping for one more benefit. She's hoping the experience will be better for middle schoolers, which could retain more athletes going into high school.
Thanks, Evan. We'll look at another fall sport next week. Jabez and Jason?
Thanks, Braden. That's all for this episode of Eagle Zone. You can always watch our stories whenever you want by scrolling down to the Eagle Zone section of the school district website. That's aberdeen.k12.sd.us.
We'll leave you this week with a look around Central, the first week of school, with my co-host.
It's your boy, Jason Lopez Martinez.
All right, it's my show now, man. It's my show now. Jabez Darrow signing out with the Eagle Zone.